how would you advise, those young couples in their fundraising effort, especially when facing with VCs, and when VCs most would see this as a disadvantage rather than an advantage. So
yeah, no, first of all, have thick skin, because you're going to get some questions that frankly are inappropriate. And to them, it's not inappropriate. It's their $1 million they're about to spend. So they may ask you a question that's too far, something that if someone did in the workplace, there would be an HR issue, but it's not in the workplace because they haven't invested yet and they're considering investing. So first and foremost, I'd say, be ready for that. Just accept that there's going to be a certain level of, they're going to try and pry at your relationship in an inappropriate way because they feel they're risking their money on your relationship.
Just don't take it personal during this process.
Yeah. And at some level, I get it. And at another level, I'm like, do I really want you as a shareholder?
Yeah. Where do you then?
So it's, I mean, I would practice your pitch, obviously, talk to these people. I memean, we've never had a VC lead around. So we're not exactly the people that's convinced, those type of people to say, here's the price. We did, our first round was equity crowdfunding. We said, hey, here's a price of our business that I think a lot of people would want to buy a cut of, and anyone can buy a cut. And we just put the link atop our site, and that was 90% of the traffic to our equity crowdfunding campaign. So we were just saying, if you like reading the site, buy shares in the site. And that was, to us, as people that are good at writing, good at marketing, good at storytelling, that was a platform that fit us better than go meet with this wealthy firm and convince them you're going to take them from very wealthy to very, very, very wealthy. That's not like a good room for us. That doesn't treat us well. So, it's where you take money from. It doesn't have to be VC. Ideally, it's your customers. That's where you really want the money to come from.
Yeah.
And then you can stand on your numbers. And if someone wants to buy a share of the business based on the numbers, that discussion's simpler.
Yeah, we have been a lot more focused on profitability and just literally having the actual cash, as opposed to raising on a promise. So I think that I wouldn't say that like, oh, we have figured out the magic formula, but I think we have been always a lot more cautious about diluting versus making money, and I think the latter, it's just more longer lasting and showcasing of value that is tangible sooner.
Have you come across couples in your, who are also founders, experience where the board or the investors are suggesting one of the other party to step out, so basically, let's say if someone's want to make a follow-on investment, but one of the terms would be like, okay, I don't want your wife, no longer want your wife or your husband, to take up this role and do that.
We would probably say no. That would probably end the discussion, and we'd be like, why would you want to cut out 50% of our top labor? Like that would be the response to that question. So
I think I come up more of like the why, not like the, do this or else, but more like why? Like why do this? Like it's slightly strange that you're putting all your eggs in one basket type of things. But like if we can come up with a decent answer, a decent pitch, then some people would say yes to it.
I guess the other thing I would say couples should say in that moment is like, hey, I get you're risking $4 million in your whatever million fund, but I'm risking my life. So you think I'm not committed to this and you're more committed to me. That's not true. I'm putting everything here and you're not. So like, I appreciate the money. Well, we're going to work for you. The terms are going to be good, but our risk profiles are very different. Like what you're, so that's what I would say if someone said that to me.